Alright, we're jumping in a little earlier here. Got to get on with it. Yeah, we're going to start with what everybody loves. Let's hope we don't regret this one. We've got another 1990. Okay, sticker on, scanned in. Let's go and get it done. Once again, do not turn these things on. Is there anyone in the Brisbane area or the cyclone area? It's kind of weird to think that there is another area other than Western Australia that's copping a cyclone. It's kind of strange because normally it's something that we deal with up here and nobody really cares. But now all of a sudden it's affecting a great population centre, so that's awfully interesting. Draco, Miles, Martin Blood, Raj, Ashes. Hey, Ashes, yes, haven't seen you for a bit. Ashes, PR, Blood, and Slime. See, Slime did his ping pong thing. Let's see, this is awfully clean, but it's got fingerprints on it. We're missing a rubber shroud here, so this has been out. Somebody's fiddle-faddled with it. Yeah, that's not stuck on properly, so they've kind of sniffed around, done something, but what have they done? So we'll disconnect the battery, we will check our 2v5 lines. Yeah, Starship blew up. It was lovely watching him catch it. It was really unfortunate about the failure. Of course, this is just the second Starship in the new block series, so they're kind of like starting from scratch again, which was, yeah, well, you know, I guess they made that choice. But that's why it seems like they're going backwards. It's because, yeah, it's a new block series. Alright, we don't have a short there. What about PP Bus? Oh, geez, we don't have a short there either. Great. If we don't have a short on PP Bus and we don't have a short on our apparent NAND, what on earth am I going to do? I don't know how to fix anything if that's not what happened. Gavin Brown Fox Laser. What a name. How am I supposed to say that? Alright, we'll just take it out, have a look. I mean, it's almost inevitable that we will have to take it out, so we may as well take it out rather than delaying taking it out. Yeah, so I was a bit sad watching the Starship just do that sudden pivot and out of control. I dare say most previous times Elon and his crew probably were like, you know, that's cool, yeah, these things happen. But I have a feeling that this time someone started throwing some toys out the cot, because that really would have ticked you off, especially that the poor old Starship section didn't really get much of a chance to prove itself, so who knows what went wrong. Guess we'll find out. And then of course the FAA is going to be all over them like a bad rash, as if they're not already having enough drama. You know, if the Falcon 9 having the returned booster catching fire on the barge, so they're not having the best of time at the moment. Hey Mr. Bodger, hey Phil May. I mean, I know they've got a lot of money, but those Starships cannot be cheap. But at least they, you know, got 3 for 3 on the chopsticks, so that's pretty damn good going. Let's hope the MLCC save us. Yes, let us hope. Or something like that. Hey, Ed Boss. Come out of the lurking zone. I think the timing of going to the new block series with the Starship might have been a little bit bad. Kind of makes it look bad. Because they do traditionally push the limits pretty hard when they go to the new block series on any of them. But yeah, I guess I was sort of thinking, well, we don't have much more to learn with the previous one. We kind of want to move to the next one But they haven't even had a chance to try out their new tilings yet for the new system. Oh, god damn it. People can't... God damn, people mixing up the screws. Why? Every time. Okay, see, on the 1990 and 2141s, there's a screw here, which is a T5. It's a long screw. They've put a short screw in, which belongs around the fans. And that's how you know when someone is not properly separating their screws. So this here is actually the correct one. It's a long version. It's not really a problem, but it just, it gives me concerns and think, well, what else have they slipped with? Did the stream die? That's a good question. You tell me. Yeah. Stream is fine. Yeah. 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 God damn it. Anyway, fortunately, in this particular case, mixing up those two generally doesn't cause any problems. But, like I said, you do worry that maybe they mixed up something else. And then are you dealing with a compound issue here, or are we dealing with the original issue? Yeah. Welcome to why you get charged more for prior repair jobs in most cases. This is being cleaned out. There's there's liquid damage muck here. If someone's taken this, cleaned it out. Oh, they've already knocked the caps off. So I'm going to guess that they knocked the caps off. Maybe they didn't replace the regulator or something. And now we've got a dead machine. Let's see. Yep, knocked it off, tore the pad off. That's fine. That sort of crap happens. This has had cockroach damage in it. All these little brown marks that you can see. That stuff there, that's cockroach poop. I'll check across there. We might be lucky. 2v5 might be shorted. I say lucky. I don't know if that's actually the right term to use. But I am worried it's going to be cactus, as Creature says. We're showing a healthy 430, so that's got hope there. Hey, Ace-T. Oh, thank you, Ace-T. I very much appreciate it. Especially if you have bought a license. Did you buy a license? Because, obviously there's people who can use the free version, and then there's the non-free version. But thank you either way, I do appreciate that. So I'm going to have to go over this and see what's going on. Unfortunately, the regulator does not show any signs of distress. So that's a good thing. I'm just kind of curious. This is where history of a machine is nice, because then you can go, okay, did they knock those parts off? And fair enough if they did, that's fine. Did they knock it off and it continued to work for some time, which I would expect, and it's died from something new? Or did they knock it off and nothing changed? Okay, we've got some... Okay, yeah, okay, right, here we go. Okay, this is actually the lid angle, I think, is it? No, this is the touch bar. Oh, thank you very much, Ace. Thank you, appreciate you buying that license. Okay, so looks like we've got liquid damage on the touch bar area, and maybe into the USB ports. That's what I was seeing when I looked at it from before. Doesn't look like it got very far. Mind you, of course, it only needs to land on the perfect place, one spot, and that's all we need. So I guess I need to work out now, am I dealing with a no power or am I dealing with just something else? So we'll plug some power into this and see what's going on. The NAND, as far as I can tell, is fine. The resistances are healthy, so I can take a chance there. I am going to check the USB-C port. So this is not a standard 1990 job. Hey Rilla, is it burnt? Yes, it's sort of like corrosive burn damage. They've been running it while the liquid's there, and it's done the business on it. Okay, we are getting 20 volts. We're going to hold steady there. The problem here is that we're stuck at 50 milliamp at 20 volts, so we're kind of like going to hold. That's not so crash hot. Alright. And I suspect it might be that touch bar damage is causing the issue. Yeah, it could be pulling a line or two down there. Just trying to get an idea of what I'm dealing with. It still feels a little weird for it to be that fault. Well, I'll take the connector off and have a look. And there's nothing really on the other side. It could be this corrosion even, or maybe like, very unlikely, but that test point lost there. Okay, that's not gone. It was just covered in junk. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to blame at this point, but we'll take this off because it'll need replacing regardless. Hey Bunty. Yeah, Miles, I tend to agree with you. It's like you get a feel for what could cause these issues, and when you look at it, even if it's all mucky like this, at the same time you're kind of feeling like, it doesn't quite seem to resonate with it being the fault. Anyway. But I'll take it off just in case something's bridging something, causing some sort of weirdness. Oh, that came off real easy. Stupidly easy, in fact. Interesting. So clearly we've lost a couple of pins there. No, the hot air settings are at 470 and 60, which is my standard Mac sort of general Mac attack type level. That's right, folks, Mac attack. Okay, we do have a burn through here. We've lost half the pad. Hey, Letro Rep, welcome. So this will be the 1041. And this is our connector of fault. So 5V GS3 We'll just consider that to be 5 volts. And 1 V8. Yeah, so as I said, this is just 5 volts. Alright. Okay, we'll see if we have any different behavior now that that's removed. Hey, want to make? Peter Crystal just had a PlayStation 5 that was infested with roaches. Oh, it's your lucky day. Do you ever worry, you sit there and you're trying not to breathe in the particles and thinking, oh no, I'm gonna get sick from this. I know I do. Come on. So 20 volts. You know what I think's going on here? I don't think there's anything wrong with the board. I think this is in DFU mode. Alright, place your bets. Place your bets. Who thinks it's in DFU mode? Disgusting, felt very dirty afterwards. Damn right, it is. I hate it when they're like that. You're trying not to breathe and you're... yeah, I completely agree. Vile, disgusting. How can I disable the new window? Oh, AST, just go into the settings. Here, I'll show you. It is in the manual, by the way. Settings, program preferences, minimap, and you can just disable it, or you can move it around, like, you know, having different positions, different sizes, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, if you disable it, it goes away completely, or you can change the size, or you can make it that you can move it around. Personally, I've tried a lot of different things and I end up top right or bottom right being my favorite position. Okay, Sam's committing quite a serious item there. Yeah, very brief spike of 100, I saw that. That's the only thing that makes me think maybe it's not, but honestly, the number of times I have had these come in and you sit there and they're drawing this 50 milliamp business and you think, and then you remind yourself, oh, DFU mode can do that. It's not always, but I think it's something that we need to check before we try going any further. I don't know why I bother with that. Can't plug that in. Nothing to plug it into. It's trying to plug in enough things that at least when it tries to come out of DFU mode, if it is in DFU mode and you do a revive, that it won't get tripped up. I better go make sure my machine is alive. You are? Very good. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Apple configurator. Front left. I might have to put power on this, I'm not sure. Cannot use Thunderbolt accessory. Okay, so since I don't have power on it, there's a chance it might just need power. And it's like, I'm not going to give you... I can't power this big fat laptop, so you've got to do it for me. It's different if you have a proper Thunderbolt setup. Okay, just disconnect that. Put some power back in. Power connect. DFU thingy-majig connect. Come on, give me DFU. Ah, can't use accessory. Damn it. Oh, that is problematic then. What the flip? Something is in one of the USB-C ports. Oh, messenger now. What's going on? What? Ah. One more time. Oh, I don't even have the damn battery screwed in. Okay. It might help if I put the battery in. And there's something in one of these ports here. I don't know what the rules are with regards to the whole what cable to use for the DFU. I just use it's not a full Thunderbolt cable. I do have a proper full Thunderbolt 4 cable, but ach nee man. I'm gonna silence yo. Silencer. The LED is tiny. Yes, it's meant to be tiny. Right. Okay, let's try this again. Hey, Thomas Wake. Back for some more programming drama. Okay. Don't make me cry. Come on. Damn it. Alright. Looks like someone gets to keep their testicles. One more time. Cannot? No. Okay. Alright then. So we do have a real problem here, not just some manufactured issue. Oh, okay, Apple docs say not to use. Alright, fair enough then. Well, that was I've just got a USB 3.2 to USB-A cable. Guten Morgen, David. You don't win anything. The only thing you win is not losing. You should be thankful for that much. Alright, so we've got to work out what can cause no charge, a 100 milliamp teeny tiny spike, and yeah. Since, oh, you know what? You may just lose that. You may just lose that left side, buddy. Have a look at this. Okay, you can't see it, but that's got liquid damage and jazz all over it. On your way to Egypt for a week. Oh, okay. Yeah, what is in the USB socket? That's the other thing I've got to look at. Some very ugly, crunchy looking out of focus bits. That's cactus for sure. Goodness knows what damage they've done. There's also damage on this one. So we're going to now put mine in and try again. Hey Mark, holy crap, Mark, you actually got internet there? I thought you guys were all blown away by now. Is it quite bad in Brisbane, or is it just more like very gusty? Like I said, we're pretty used to cyclones here, and I mean, you guys are level 2 at the moment, category 2 at the moment, so yeah, it's not something to be complacent about, but it's also not terrible. It's a bit like Chernobyl, you know. Not great, not terrible. The joke probably would have landed more though if it was 3.5 category 3.5. Gusty got old rating, yeah. I think your bigger problem, well actually, if it lands south of you, you're pretty much you're fine. It's when they land north of you that you usually cop a bit of a problem from the deluge that follows. And you guys do love to flood down there in Brisbane. It's your thing. I swear at times it's a persistent dogmatic attitude of trying to make Ipswich disappear. Alright, we're trying this again. Like I said, I know maybe it is still not in, not a DFU thing, but the fact that we had damage on the port, we had to check that. We've got to double check these things. Otherwise, we could just go ahead and start hacking into the board for no great reason at all. Okay, Thunderbolt off, Power in. God damn it. Cannot use Thunderbolt accessory. Please try another port. The port you are attempting to contact is not responding. Boo. I am curious as to what the current measurements are now, though. Because we've got the battery connected and everything else. We're up 200. It was interesting. I held 200 for a little bit, spiked. Let's see if it does any charging. If it charges, that kind of eliminates a few things. So we'll give it some time. Sit back and relax, and I can drink some water. Oh, we're back down to... this is weird. What are you doing, little laptop? Actually, that's a concern. If it dives again, then comes back again and dives again, then we've got dead NANDs. Oh geez, it did die again. That's not good. And we're back again. Okay. It would appear we do have a NAND issue after all. But it's most likely that the NANDs are dead. I'm kind of curious what rail it is though, so we'll go hunt the rail. But it's not a good sign. When you have that power cycling like that, what it's telling you is that the machine is actually booting. The T2 is booting, it's bringing up the CPU, all that sort of thing. But it goes looking for the NAND, for the disk drive, and it can't find anything. And it waits around, and says, stuff this, I'm going to try again. It shuts down and loops. So there is a chance that something is inhibiting the drive from coming up, but I have my doubts. So I'm going to guess that these parts were knocked off. Although to be fair, those parts are on the knocked off one is on the PV bus side. So that wouldn't have caused it. Okay, where's my... Sorry, make sure I get the right rail here. Yeah, that's ground. Cool. Yeah, 93 is not good, so I'm thinking those NANDs are cactus. Yeah. Certainly I didn't see any abnormalities over here when we were looking around. So the 86, this is the 0v9 stuff. That's normal. So 801k, that's normal. Yeah, this 100 ohm business is weird. I don't like it at all. I wonder if these are going to be black SanDisk NANDs. If these are black SanDisk NANDs, then yeah, it's pretty much, they're probably goners. And the winner is... Nope, they're not SanDisk. Okay, there's a chance. Okay, I don't know why I pulled that off. That's Thunderbolt. It's got nothing to do with this. Time to actually check. That's not actually a corrosion creature, funnily enough. They are little fairy wings, little bug wings. I know it sounds silly, but that is what they are. Yeah, they're actual wings of a creature. Obviously not you. Yeah, iridescent wings. They're very common in boards, I've found. Where'd that go? I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, there. Yeah, these are iridescent little wings or spider nests or something. It seems as soon as I touch them, they fail. See if I can get a torch to get a better light on that. Come on, turn on. There we go. They're like little... They're probably little egg sacs for all I know. But yeah. It's not corrosion. They're organic items. But yeah, they're definitely iridescent, as you can see. I don't need a break. Yeah, there must be egg sacs. Well, they're very fragile. So I suspect whatever was in them is gone. There's another one there. Or was that the one that we attacked before? But yeah, surprisingly common. Okay, I'm going to clean up all this trash around here. Oh man, I feel disgusting just the fact that I'm even near that. Yeah, little cocoons or something. just clearing away this black gunk, whatever it is. I said probably some kind of roach poop. Just in case it was influencing those resistances. Because yeah, there'd be a fairly high amount of carbon in those. Okay, that's just 100% IPA. Kind of curious to see now what the resistance is. Personally, with this particular cap here, I do much prefer to take it off with a what do you call it? Hot air. It's just generally easier. Okay, now we're up to 1K. That's really interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was that not like 199 ohms before? No? Everybody remember it was 99 ohms? And now it's 1.4K. Could it mean that that crap was actually our problem? I doubt it, but it's amusing if it was. Oop, let's give some Joey rubbing here. Go, Joey, go. Joey hates me calling it the Joey rub, I'm sure. Conductive crap, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a big jump going from 99 to 1K. I mean, it's not to say it was its fault, but I'm willing to take it if it was. Be a nice repair. I mean, we still have to fix up that damage down on the other connector there, but at least we can do that. I need another USB-C port because I've got the other one in there now. Kind of looks shonky, I don't know, we'll see. Hey, Shane Stuff from Brizzy. Man, everybody's turning up from Brisbane. Everybody's bored in Brisbane. They're like, the cyclone's not interesting. Let's go find something else to do. Okay, here we are back at this 50 milliamp business. What the hell's going on with this? Oh, I know why. It's because I had the battery connected previously. Yeah, we've got that. Okay, we've gone all the way to 0 now, and then back up to 64. Yeah, this one is not behaving as I would anticipate. I really don't know what to think of this. I should check the voltages. See what we're getting on those various rails for the NAND. Was trying to recondition the battery. Yeah, wonder if maybe it's a combination of factors that are throwing us here. Because not everything is just a single fault. Okay, so we want 2.5 here. Okay, we've got 2.5 clean, that's good. There should be 2.5 on that one too. Okay, it's reset. You gonna come back up, buddy? Okay, 0.9, nice and clean. 9, nice and clean. 1.8. So I can't complain about those rails. Those rails are bang on exactly where they should be. So I feel like I'm going around in circles a little bit. Hey, Charge Show. Better off leaving our 16-inch 2021 Mac Pro on all the time or allow it to cool every day. Right, that'll be the 2141 you've got. Realistically, the big problem with those is just the dust ingestion. But of course, the problem with the dust ingestion is not always the dust, but rather when it gets humidity mixed in with that dust, which of course happens when you go from hot-cold cycling or high temperature, high humidity, low humidity. So theoretically, if you ran it all the time, that's probably a safer path to life than power cycling it. Because if you're running it all the time, chances are it's not going to pick up any, you're not going to have any moisture build up on the dust, because it's going to be too hot for it to sort of get down below the dew point. Hey, Yimizan. Well, Jan Zimny. Yeah, Zimny. Said that wrong. Fans seem much more involved when cleaning these MacBook logs. You can with these sort of get away with not taking them out. If you just like brush down and then vacuum the back here, make sure the impeller doesn't overspin, of course. That reminds me, I've got a laptop somewhere that needs a new impeller. Oh, I remember it now. It's okay. It wasn't one of these. It was a 1502. It's all good. Fortunately, I do write these things on the job, so when I go back to it, it has written on it, need replacement fan assembly, as opposed to relying on me to go, oh, this one needs a replacement fan assembly. Because if there's one thing you can trust working in the workshop, well, at least I can trust, is that I will forget. Well, I hope it works out for you, sorry. Because, I mean, they can be, the problem is, of course, if you've already got a bunch of dust in there, yeah, it's a bit of an issue. Take the bottom panel off and give it a good old brush out if you can. The trouble is the dust accumulation that is the problem is on the underside of the board in most cases. Okay, is this thing going to reset on me again? Here we go. It's done the reset again. I don't get it. It doesn't... Okay, we've got different behaviors all over the spectrum here. Hey, Solder Bridge. Again, what is going on here? You're going to put this on TV? What are you going to put on TV? Are you going to put cleaning your laptop on TV? That'll be good. I mean, hell, I do it all the time with this. I had an excellent one today, and it was just full of dog hair and all sorts of things. But fortunately, the nice thing about the one that I had today was that it was all dry dust, in spite of the massive amount of stuff in there. When I brushed it out, the board was perfectly clean because it was dry. Oh, see, we just pumped up to 900 then. Okay, so we can see that it is trying to do the charge. You can see the step pattern coming up here. Yeah, there. See, it's stepping, so that's a good thing. But then it collapses, which tells me that there's a problem with the drive. There, collapse. That's a drive failure. Really, this is a recovery. Yeah, the power up, well, like I said, the power up sequence is failing as soon as it goes looking for the drive, it seems. So I would appear there may be some corrosion on something relating to the communications to the NANDs. Remember the one that we had a few weeks ago where it was doing this kind of business and we had that one little filter that was knocked off? It could also mean that one of the rails isn't getting to the NAND. So anyway, I'm going to take the board out and have another look. Either that or the battery's complete crap, but the thing is, even if the battery was complete crap, there's enough power coming in through this that it should at least get fired up. I'm just going to go plug it into DFU again, just in case. I don't think it is. It definitely doesn't feel like DFU anymore. But I am kind of curious to see what comes up now that we do have some kind of charge build. Yeah, straight away, cannot use Thunderbolt accessory. Yep. Alright. Just like to keep checking this, just in case you have a change in something and then all of a sudden you do have access to the DFU, or you do see it's in the DFU mode and you can do something about it. Yeah, almost 1 amp, but like I said, you'll notice that the time period is constant. So what will happen is that over time the charge is going to keep increasing, but the time period of the reset will tend to stay the same. So yeah, we're going to go over this board. I'm going to look to see if we can find any sort of corrosion, breaks, missing pieces. This has been worked on before, so it is possible that the person who worked on it before accidentally knocked off a part that is involved in the communications with the NAND. Hey Jessica Adele, it has been a long time. Alright, NAND comms bits. Really, I am just gonna slowly go over things. And what could be fun is that it could be just a partially knocked off component. Like not even fully knocked off, just, you know, tilted off a little bit, kind of like that little resistor there. That could have junk on it. What is that meant to be? Let's have a look at my software. So what do you... So 2v5 enable. The fact that we are getting 2v5 tends to make me think that that's not a problem. The fact also that it's a 0 ohm resistor means that the junk that is around it is not going to be a problem. Hey Retro, what do you think about the electronics on BYD cars? Have you had a chance to research anything on them? I have not. I want to get involved in electric vehicles a lot more. For many, many years I wanted to get electric vehicles, but the budget just does not allow it at this point. But I have got the solar on the house, and we just got to find a way to get the vehicle now. Especially considering the dear old Falcon BA is definitely worse for wear lately. And of course there's the time factor. You know, it is quite a bit of time to get involved in that sort of stuff. And with writing all the software, it does make it difficult to find the extra time. I feel like if you pick up a new thing, more than likely something else is going to have to drop. Hey Sabermetric, welcome. Personally, at this point, I'm still sort of keen to get either a Tesla 3 standard or a Volvo XC30 or XC40, something like that. At least that's what the significant other, the important one in the household, wants, or a Y, I suppose. There's another one of those little iridescent cocoons. So yeah, we're just going over the board. We're not looking at the board yet, the schematic that is. We're not looking at the schematic yet to see where those lines run, because sometimes that can stop you from looking where you might have to look. Just using these very fine tip tweezers. That way you generally cannot impart enough tension in them to knock a part off yourself. Okay, so we've got some more cockroach doo-doo here. I'm kind of wondering what these parts are for. It is in the NAND area, although it's on the other side. This is if you were rich and you got a full capacity machine. These are where you can put the extra NANDs. A little bit of corrosion there, not really going to be enough. We should check to see what these points here are. I doubt they're anything to do with NAND, but we'll have a look. It's like complete opposite side. What are we looking for? About the 6. Okay, so that's for lid open, so yeah, that's definitely not a problem. This is all USB-C stuff. This is all touch bar stuff. No. We've got to check the top side yet. It is possible that they might have had a screwdriver snafu. We all know how very easy it is to... Ach nee man! Alright, I will get to that in a second. We're going to go do the insulin, of course, for dear old Micro. He doesn't care, at least initially, if we miss it, but he will the next day or two. So we've got this little cap here. It's a bit corroded, but I don't think it's got anything to do with... Once again, I don't think it's got anything to do with the SSD, but we will check it. And yeah, that's just for getting the USB-C power in. You only got to get one thing that's wrong. Okay, I can see that little thing there, but that again, that's one of those cocoons. And like I said, with the other board that we didn't have access to NAND, that was, again, it was just one tiny little part. The board was immaculate apart from that. I still do not know how that part got knocked like it did. I'm almost considering it was knocked somehow in the factory. Because I genuinely cannot come up with another sort of path, story path, that would explain it other than the fact that it was a factory issue. Yeah, geez, we're already back to here. I don't like this. Okay, this sort of stuff is not likely to be an issue. I just don't feel like... I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe the NAND is destroyed, but the fact that it's posting a 1K resistance after it's calmed down tends to throw that theory out. Hey, Cypher Labs. Oh, you're welcome. Sorry it didn't... I know why it didn't work. It's because the email that you listed it with versus the email that it was paid with, they were different. And so it was like, not possible. And so okay, we've got some green stuff here. But again, that's not unusual, and it's almost never a problem because it doesn't usually get to the... Yes, it doesn't get to the NANDs. This is IPA, it's not water. But I will clean that up anyway. Hey, Chris Bartlett. Miles, the thing is, this is for data recovery, so I'm willing to give it a little bit longer. And like I said, the fact that it is trying to get started. Alright, listen, I'm going to go deal with Micro's insulin, and then I will return and have a look at the schematic and see where the various signal lines and such are got to go. Alright. Back. Put some new gloves on. Fully expect someone will have listed now the solution to this problem. Scratch my nose, of course. Oh, DEF bomb. Alrighty. I do love it when you get those ones where you just go along and rack the resistors with some solder and up they come. It's very nice when they do that for you. Saves you digging around forever. Right, so any green theories on this one, or am I going to have to put this in the difficult pile? Let's have a look and see if we can find where those lines go for the data. Hey, Greg Foster. Too many email addresses for Cypher Labs? Yeah, it can be that way sometimes. Anyway, as soon as I dug into it, it was pretty clear what we were dealing with, so I'm glad at least you got it. Right, let's go back to the board view and schematic. No, unfortunately, no, GymCam's not going to give us anything in this case. I'm actually trying to work out which lines it is that I need for the data. Okay, we've got a clock line. What are the clocks did? Okay, so we want 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're right up next to the NAND, so So where do you guys go? You go straight to... flip. Alright. Alright. This is what we want to look for. What's under here? It could be that that's dead. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it could be. Just stripping this thing of its paw. I'm sure you all recognize what that is. But it's kind of weird because of the fact that we are getting a boot sequence. We're getting 20 volts, which means the T2 should be alive. So I don't exactly know what to think of this one. It's definitely doing my head in. I kind of wonder whether I should pause for a little bit on it and pick up a different machine just for tonight. I don't know. I don't really like dropping these machines because it's very difficult once you've put it down to pick it back up. And so this damage here doesn't have anything to do with the SSD. And we're getting our 20 volts, so all the CD 32, 15, 17 business, what are you, 17s? 15s, yeah. Oh, that's right, it's a 1990. All of that jazz is good. There was that little bit of area that was under here. We should inspect this. Like, what if that little chip there is a problem? What about the RTC? If we didn't have RTC, I'd be very surprised if we got our 20 volts. I will check that though. Is there an enable line? There is. At least actually, I don't know of this particular model, but there should be. Is the charge show still here, or have they run off and gone to clean their MacBook? I'm trying to think. Do they have a what do you call it? Do they have a YouTube channel? Would injecting low voltage help? Not in this particular case, I'm afraid. We don't have a short problem, we've got a signal problem, as in something is not getting somewhere. So what are you? U5111. Okay. Sleep to reset DFR. I'm not sure. Okay, what are you actually for? Oh, DFR 280. Okay. Alright, no, this has definitely got nothing to do with it. DFR and T208, that is the touch bar. Or actually, I thought 209 was the touch bar. Oh yeah, that makes sense, because we flip over the board straight away, you can see there's the touch bar, touch connector. Alright, so that's not anything to do with that. I will check these components down here though. Yet again, another filthy thingamajig on it. 6 from the left at the top. Are you talking about up here, DEFCON? I'm guessing that's what you mean. I'll check, see if these have got anything to do with it, and then I'll check the ones up the top there. Touch, yeah, no, that's got nothing to do. But these ones up here, I think this is the one that DEFCON was talking about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually 5th. This one here. Zero ohm. They're just for feeding 1 V8 across. Kind of interesting that they're there. And then this one as well. Okay, it's actually merging these two outputs. Or is it inputs? Yeah, it did look a little odd. I will agree with you on that, DEFCON. Particularly if you're dealing with third-party vision there. It almost feels like one of the rails isn't getting to these NANDs. I'd just like to scrape this stuff off. And now I made a mess of it. Right, there goes my OCD. Crap. Check SSD 1 clock 24 megahertz. Oh, great. I bet you're just saying that so that I've got to pull out the scope, aren't you? Aren't you? Because there's no way I can check 24 megahertz on this. Oh, sorry folks, I was frequency counter would work, yes, I agree. Again, something I'm not really bothered to output here. Okay, so we've got a pair of no stuffs there for that 24 megahertz. Trying to work out who the hell generates it. Okay, I'm just going to check some resistor values here. Yep, that's right. Yep. So how many NANDs have I got here? I've got 4 NANDs. I mean, yeah, I could plug it in and see if they glow up. That's glow up, not blow up. The reason why I'm being a little bit hesitant is because many a time, because this has had prior work, and because this has had corrosion damage, I'm kind of looking in for those kind of possibilities. I mean, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be one of that, but it's also, in many cases, yeah, that's where you will find your faults. Hey, gadgets clink. Okay, I'm just going to check a few more things here. It should be 0. Don't imagine the long screw should have done it in this case. Good memory on that one, but it was definitely 9.8K. That's fine. It's in circuit, so you can expect a bit of a lower run on that. Okay, 0. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay, maybe it's just I'm not using clean probes, but oh no, there we go. Yeah, it's all good. I was going to say, if it's reading 2 ohms, it's supposed to be 0. Let's see, what have we got there? We've got 8K. That's a weird value. .5, that's fine. Boot loops like I can't see the NAND. There's a bit of junk between various little bits and pieces there, but nothing that jumps out at you. $19.90, Brian. So we've got all our rails for our NAND showing up. but it's still not. Actually, are these NANDs using 3v3 at all? One v8, 2v5, 1v8, 2v5. I don't think they use 3v3 at all, but I just thought I'd check anyway. I don't usually do a lot with the okay, one of our reset lines getting jerked. The thing is, we're getting charge. The machine's charging, so that kind of makes me think that the rails should be good. So the reset seems to come out of U9000. Oops. Ah, what did I do with that? There it is. Okay. I'll just check this test point here. And let's see, do I have... How do we not have any data on that? That sucks. Go into diode mode. .42, that seems pretty reasonable for a reset. R9140, let me have a look. Okay, so that's a no stuff resistor, but let's see, I'll check either side. Just rig it up again. Please stand by. Okay, so you can see the current going. And let's see, these are our 24 megahertz points. Hopefully this meter should have enough internal impedance that it shouldn't affect those lines, I hope. Nothing. We'll just hold on, wait for it to come pop back up, if it does. Nothing. Oh wow, someone held on to that a little bit too strongly, sorry. Yeah, not getting anything there. Not even any kind of life. Not even remotely. I'll put it back into the chassis, run it with the battery, Fortunately, because it's on the top side, I can at least probe it while it's connected. Now, as far as I understand, that 24 is coming out of the T2, isn't it? I know I'm pretty sure there's a 24 or 25 crystal down there. I haven't looked at the structure of that area, so I don't know for sure. Well, we've got a sticker here for... This has been replaced, or at least it feels like it. Yes, I'm a little bit out of my depth with this one, which is probably a good thing. Makes a nice change from the usual. Well, look at that. He popped the cap off. He cashed it in. Makes for more interesting viewing for some people, less interesting for other people. Oh, by the way, question. I was trying to find the reviews of a certain store that is on a northern ridge from Google, and am I just dumb, or can I not find those reviews very easily anymore? I had them last week and I was looking at them, and then this week I can't seem to find them. Didn't search about... Okay, well, I'll be able to look for where that signal comes from. It could be that it hasn't yet gotten to the point where it's firing up. What am I doing? It's fine. He deleted his Google reviews? Are you kidding me? Seriously? Well, what's he going to do about his Yelp reviews? How can you even delete them? I didn't think you could delete them. He has one more. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with me. And I don't know. Oh, right, yeah, because he willingly deleted those. It wasn't... Okay, sorry, we're getting a flashy magnets in play here, causing poltergeist-like effect. Hey, Neo, welcome. Also, all YouTube comments are on hold and for review. Oh, wow. Man, the guy's gone... The guy's gone. Okay, so... Okay, we're charging up. Nothing on those. Try the side. Nothing on those. Are we sure that this is supposed to even be here? No. We definitely get absolutely nothing on those 24 lines. Hey, Mr. Stamps. Well, while that's cycling itself to hell, on a unicycle it seems, schematics. Does quad cam still work on this? Let me see. Do I have a quad cam? No. Nope. Do not. Okay. Yelp. I think the Yelp thing might be just that... yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that. Maybe it's just Yelp's way of trying to tell the world that he hasn't paid his bribery fees. Because let's be honest, Yelp is not exactly the friendliest bunch on the planet. Yeah, that's right. This is the kind of creature that we see if it can't find its SSD, or at least that's generally what we see. So let's see. Yeah, so this is the 24 megahertz. So I'm going to say that is what it's trying to use. And I mean, everything looks quite okay in there. business isn't listed on Google Maps. Wow. Okay. All right. So I wasn't losing my mind. All right. Cool. Oh, we've got a DFU status here. This will be interesting to see if we can track that one down. Do we have one on the top side? Ah, yeah. Can't exactly get to that one there. How about over here? There. Great. It's a test point on the bottom. Bugger. Yeah, it looks like we're going to take this board out again. Yeah, that's kind of crazy that he's doing that to his reviews and stuff like that, because this is not a good idea to wipe them out like that. But he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's a successful business. He's got 1,200 jobs in his queue. And he just boom, knocks them out. Make the money. Boom, knocks it out. Make the money. So what is this thing telling me? I don't know, that I'm an idiot, it seems. Hey, second. Very unlikely. This has got nothing to do with DFU mode anymore, because the fact it is cycling, whereas if it's in DFU it just holds steady. Hey, Drama Llama. Yeah, you guys are having your fun and games there with the glorious... what's it? What is it? 1922 cap look cracked. C line. Okay, let's see. 1922. The only thing is that's 0.9 volt, and we're doing fine with that. We're not seeing any variances on 0.9. It's not sagging under load or anything like that. It's holding rock steady. It might have just been a bit of fluff, but I'll have a look at that anyway. Wait, what? He replaced a MOSFET and it was the same one? You sure about that? I mean, we've all done dumb things like that occasionally. Like, you know, accidentally put the broken part back on. So, oops. I can't imagine. Maybe it was a bad edit. You want a kitty signed PhD? Yeah, I might have to do that, eh? I cannot possibly imagine that the missing touch bar has anything at all to do with this. Look for the 5 volt regulator. Which 5 volt regulator? There's 5 volt always on type 1. Yeah, your baseline one, or are you thinking of a different one? See, the thing is, it wouldn't get into charge mode if you didn't have most of the rails available. We have 5 kitties as of Saturday rehoming a tortie. Oh, awesome sabermetric. Yeah. I know we've got calicos, multiples. See, a lot of the time I expect to see things like this cap knocked off, stuff like that from, you know, just people accidentally applying too much force. And then that can cause a secondary issue. So my theory being here is that they fixed the NAND shorted cap issue, but in their fixing process they accidentally knocked something. But I'm just not seeing that. I'm trying to go with the theoretically likely options as opposed to the, oh, we had a resistor that decided to just spontaneously upend itself and go from being a 0 ohm to a 10k or something like that. Yeah, I'm trying to find things that are realistic. Is that... Yeah, it's fine. It's just tilted. Hey, Tony W. Oh, he did mention... Yeah, that almost caught me off guard there, that little TPS, that thingamajig. I don't know what exactly that means, unless it's a temperature sensor resistor. I don't normally see them with bars across like that. I wonder what is... I mean, it's intentional, but I'm not sure what it is. Well, I don't know if it has had an actual knock. I'm just said the... Okay, this... Let's see. Schematics... Is the second one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's this one here. So what's special about that? 47.1. Oh, it's a high precision. Very high precision. Well, okay, not true. Standard resistors these days are 1%. So 0.1% is really going up and beyond. So there'll be a feedback most likely. And yep, sure enough, 3v3 feedback. So they want to make sure that they get that just right. It's getting late, 10:30. So I may have to hold for the evening and try again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. And I might have to bring out the scope and start looking around. See if I can find any kind of activity. So obviously, you know, we're not firing up that 24 megahertz clock. But of course the problem is we don't know what the preconditions are necessarily for that. That is the complicated issue when it comes to a lot of these machines, is that sure, you might know what you need to have, like you need that clock, but then you don't necessarily know what the preconditions are for bringing that clock about. Yeah, I'm afraid to say, my dear viewers, that I'm gonna have to put this one aside and try again later. Like I just... it'd be helpful if there was just like a little bit of corrosion or a little bit of liquid damage somewhere on here that I could blame. I mean, there's a bit of corrosion on that little chip there. That'll need fixing up. But that, again, that does not have anything to do with the NANDs. That JP chip. Yeah, and there's a bit of corrosion on that shield hole there for holding the metal shield down. But again, not related. Not to mention that the NANDs in question are on the other side of the board. And so yeah, there's plenty of horrible gunk on this shield, but it's not affecting the board. The only thing I could otherwise think of is maybe one of the coupling coupling capacitors has shot through. Oh, this is the one that someone else was talking. Okay, they were saying it looked cracked on the 0.9. It's certainly junky and will need replacing, but I don't think that's cracked. But yeah, it's definitely got some junk going on there. We'll give it a clean up. Unfortunately, I do not put them in the ultrasonic cleaners anymore. It's a technique that can work if required, but I'm rather disinclined to utilize it these days. Oh, flip. Certainly on these boards anyway, yeah, as opposed to the earlier MagSafe 1, MagSafe 2 units. Is there power? Yeah, all the power rails, as far as I know, are getting to the NANDs. Oh, don't you do this to me. Sorry, because of goddamn bug crawling in my... Yeah, stand by. Okay, we're clear. The RTC, like I said, I'd be very surprised if it was... I mean, okay, we'll get this NAND cap off, but if RTC doesn't come up, almost nothing comes up. Like, you won't get your 20 volts or anything. Fortunately, no trouble with the bug. I have endured the horrendous experience of having a sharp-clawed creepy crawly go into my ear canal, and I can assure you all that it is profoundly traumatic. It will leave you probably distressed for a couple of days afterwards, depending on how long it goes for. But should that ever happen to you, consider this your public, what do they call it, a public service announcement. If you get a bug crawling in your ear canal and it is scratching away like crazy at your eardrum, don't use water, use oil. Olive oil, rice bran oil, any kind of oil like that. That will save you. I was fortunate enough that I was actually aware of that, but I wasn't able to get to the oil quick enough, so I had to yell out to my wife to get the oil for me. Because when the little bastards get in your ear canal, it cripples you. It'll cripple you, mate. It really does. There's a bit of junky junk there, but it's not touching any contacts. WD-40, oh god no. I'll just excite it. But yeah. Yeah, the oscilloscope might have to make an appearance at some point. What the hell? That is an unusually low resistance across a cap. Unless I'm misreading what I'm looking at here. Oh hell, what cap was it that I was touching? Crap. By the way, creature, the way I got the gap in that, yeah, the way I got the gap in the scope is it was on a very slow scan. Okay, so it's this one here. First cap of that first block. Okay, and that's... Oh, that's 0.9, that's why. This is just a... It's just a high frequency decoupler. False alarm, everybody, false alarm. So 0.289, it's about right. So yeah, wasn't that... Yeah, so it was very slowly updating the... Yeah. Where is all my OV data on this? Oops. Ah, damn it. Not a lot of data on the net, so I'm going to have to fix that up. Tim, I'd rather throw oil down my ear first up. Ain't got time for the flashlight. The other problem is that some of them, depending on what creature it is, run from the light. So they'll start burrowing in harder. Oh, here we go. IPA might cause you more trauma than it causes them. $8.30. And 368. No. I'm tired and cranky now. Give up too easily. Since we pulled that cap off, we will just give it another shot of power. See what happens. See if we still get the cycling. I mean, it could be that if the cap had a slight problem with it, it may have imparted a little bit too much load on the 0.9 rail, but I doubt it, because that 0.9 rail can take a lot of it will deliver quite a lot. When am I not cranky? That is a very good point. Someone does understand who I am. That's good to see. No, not liking this. No, I think we're going to have to wrap this one up, I'm afraid, everybody. So, yeah, sorry about that. Not a win yet tonight. Another one on the damned list. This person is not going to be happy. It's 3 machines now that they've sent in for data recovery, and 3 that have not yet had a successful recovery. We've got a 2442, we've got another 1990, and then we've got this 1990. 2 of them already been messed with, this one and the 2442, I think it was. No, it was, yeah, anyway. We've had two that have been messed with. It makes it harder. I mean, it's not always the case. Sometimes it's just a situation where you can't work it out and you walk away from it and you say, look, someone else might have a epiphany moment and fix it, but I'm done with it. But then there also are a lot of people who go in and they go all out with their attempts to repair it. I mean, they'll go, I'll go reflow the T2, or I'll go reseat the NAND chips or something like that. Going a little bit too excessive as a bit of a Hail Mary attempt of trying to fix the board rather than finding a fault and fixing the fault. You'll know from a lot of my work previously, I don't like to change chips unless I can, for the most part, definitively say that is actually wrong, as opposed to just, well, we'll give it a shot. ISL is probably the one that you take a bit of a Hail Mary on, but I have seen people go and reflow T2s and end up being just some random resistor that was knocked off. So when you get those kind of repairs done on a board, it basically does change it from being a maybe repairable to not a chance in hell. It's the way it goes. It's the business we're in. Alright then, well listen, I'm all done for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry we weren't able to give it a successful one. It was a little bit of a different one. If I get to this and I do find the fault, I will post comments in this stream comments section about what I found and how it was fixed. Otherwise, assume that it's not going to be fixed by me. So it's the way it goes. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I might be here tomorrow night. We'll wait and see. If I am, I am. If I'm not, I'm probably not going to be here. Thank you again. I'll see you on the next one. Catch you later.